Denali National Park, Alaska. 6 million acres of wilderness, dotted with spectacular glaciers and rugged mountain peaks. It's a magnet for extreme climbers like Dave Nyman and Jim Sweeney.
Man, you should see the view from here!
This is an area as big as England. We were the only climbers in the whole Alaska range that we knew of.
Jim Sweeney's idea of heaven is taking on a treacherous rock face with his good friend Dave Nyman, the man who taught him to climb.
We've had great times in the mountains, thousands of hours, and we've taught each other a lot.
Hey, come on, Nymo! Come on, keep up, slow coach!
Great, Jim.
Jim is a better climber overall than me.
Dave and Jim are attempting a route up Mount Johnson that no one has conquered before, though many have tried. It's called the Elevator Shaft, a 2,000-foot ice climb in a wall of granite.
I was looking for something steep and hard to do. I'm a fighter, you know. I grew up as a boxer. I fought every kid in town.
Because a climb is not just the act of climbing, it's also how you interact with your partner, what kind of trust, what kind of knowledge you have of what your partner would do if something happens. Jim's taking out the rope and he's moving fast. He gets up to the end of each length of rope and he keeps pulling me up behind him.
You just forget what's going on when you're going up. I'm climbing. I'm not thinking about anything else. I want to go up.
Hang on, Dave. We gotta get past the snowballs.
After 2 hours of fast climbing, Jim reaches a bulge of snow above him.
I'm looking for ice. I'm looking for something hard to get some purchase in.
Oh!
I was just kind of hunkering down, trying to keep snow from hitting me as he was fussing around up there.
You're thrashing me, Jim!
He's hollering at me, you know, and it's just constantly the snow's going down.
Have you hit anything yet? This is nowhere, Dave. If I can't find some rock and ice to cling onto, I'll come down. Ah!
Cold wave of snow in a kind of a hissing roar that just whooshes by. He's not moving.
Jim! I'm coming, Jim. Just hold on.
He's about 100 feet down below me. I knew I had to work fast. At this point, I don't know what kind of shape he's in. I don't know if he's choking, if he can't breathe. At that point, I know I have to move really quickly to get to him.
Jim?
I can see blood trickling out of his nose and his mouth and his ear.
Jim?
I touch him, and immediately he comes to life.
Out of the house! We gotta go! Jim, stay with me. Stay with me. Get you down. Jim! I'm gonna get you down. Jim? Stay with me!
I had to transition from being more or less the follower to being the leader. I knew everything was up to me from now on.
Dave's first task is to get Jim out of danger. He has to lower Jim's dead weight 1,000 feet down the near vertical rock face of the elevator shaft.
Over several hours, I would lower him below me, and I'd drop Jim down another full length of rope, maybe 165 feet.
Jim, I need you to wake up! Jim! Oh. Okay, here we go. We're going again.
It takes Dave the best part of 5 hours to lower Jim down to relative safety.
Last bit, Jim. Jim. Damn it, Jim. Stay with me. Stay with me, Jim.
I have no memories of the fall whatsoever, none. The first thing real I remember was Dave screaming at me.
Wake up! Come on, stay with me.
Dave and Jim are still 5,500 feet up Mount Johnson, in an area rife with avalanches. Battling deep snow and fading light, Dave drags Jim back to where they'd stashed their equipment. Jim has dislocated his hip. He drifts in and out of consciousness. Now Dave has to find a way of surviving the night.
I dig straight into the hillside and move the snow from this 45-degree face.
He digs a snow hole. The snow will insulate them from the plummeting temperatures of the oncoming night.
Okay, Jim, let's get you safe.
Jim's helmet's virtually shattered, and he's not moving. At that point, I realized that this has gone from bad to even worse. I know with a head injury, you know, if your brain starts to swell, fluids build up, that can pretty much be the end of you. There's all these different things going through your mind. If the weather turns and I don't get word out, we're going to be in a world of hurt. If I go travel alone on the glacier, am I just going to fall in a hole and Jim's left by himself anyway? You don't know what the right answer is.
By morning, Jim is semi-conscious and Dave has made a decision. He's going for help.
Do you think you can light the stove?
Don't go.
Next thing I remember was in the morning, Dave's talking to me. He's telling me he's going to leave. I told him, I don't want you to leave me. Don't leave me.
I gotta go, Jim. I'm going for help. There's a ski hut up the gorge. Maybe there's people there. They might have a radio. We'll get a plane and be out of here in no time. I'll be back in a few hours, okay?
Leaving a partner in that kind of situation is, you might come back and he'll be buried or he'll be dead.
For First, Dave skis a mile down Mount Johnson to the glacier, which runs like a motorway through the mountains. The ski hut is then a 7-mile struggle uphill, a dangerous route across crevasse-cracked terrain.
Generally, if you fall in a crevasse on that glacier, there's really no hope for you. You're gone. You're gone from the world. You might end up 1,000, 2,000 feet down, straight down. It's pretty frightening.
I don't know who I am. I'm freezing. My forehead's on fire, my body's cold. I'm laying there, I'm pounding, my heart's just going boom, boom, boom. The whole body's just going boom, boom, boom.
After 6 hours hard skiing, Dave reaches the ski hut.
Help! Yeah, radio. Radio. No.
Oh, great. That means there's no cavalry coming today, and we can't just pick up the radio and call a plane passing overhead.
Come and sit down.
The group of skiers are on vacation. One of them is a paramedic. He agrees to go look for Jim.
I'm greatly heartened by this, but I am shot.
Just stay here and rest up. We'll see what we can do.
And I told the 2 skiers leaving, if they don't get to him tonight, they'll probably freeze.
You're clear about where he is. You sure you can find him?
We'll just follow your tracks. It's okay.
Hey, be careful with him.
Unable to radio for help, Dave and one of the skiers tramp out a giant SOS in the snow.
I can remember my fevered brow in the snow and still being warm, but my body freezing. You know, I can remember that feeling.
We spent a lot of time together. We've been through a lot of different things.
Hang in there, buddy.
Jim would never give up.
Miles away, alone and exposed on the mountain, Jim is losing his grip on reality again.
Black dreams, just as black as can be, you know. I didn't know who I was with, where I was at. I didn't even know I was a climber.
The next morning, Dave heads out to try and find the rescue party. They're already on their way up the glacier.
They're towing a sled. My heart leaps. Oh, great, great. They're coming back. They've rescued Jim. And then I think there's no way they can ski as fast as they're skiing, towing Jim. Then my heart just drops.
Where's Jim? Didn't you find him?
Look, we skied all the way over to the base of that shaft thing. That's a hell of a climb.
He explains to me that they looked up and they saw a few avalanches coming down and they decided that they didn't have the proper equipment.
It's too dangerous. Getting more people killed won't help anyone.
I'm trying not to be angry. I can't believe what I'm hearing here.
Will somebody come with me? I'm taking that sleeping bag.
You go up there, and you're gonna die.
feel them looking at me when I was skiing, because I was putting any anger I had right into my plan to save Jim. At that time, the clock was ticking. Every second I felt counted.
Eight miles away, Jim is being buried by snowslides.
I'd realized I was somewhere bad. I'm totally encased in snow. I'm going, where the hell's Dave?
I raced down the glacier. Maybe what I covered in 6 hours took a half hour, going downhill. And so I made it in no time down to the camp and just started grabbing gear.
Dave heads back up to Mount Johnson, to the snow hole where he'd left Jim 30 hours earlier.
Jim! Jim!
I heard probably the most beautiful sound I've ever heard.
Oh!
Oh! And I'm screaming, and I hear Dave.
Jim?
He's buried in a snowslide. Buddy was smiling, just dumb and as happy as you would expect a person in his predicament to be.
I'm crying, I'm back to the helplessness, crying, fighting, I can do both. Feel sorry for myself and fight.
Kartal Kaya, a mountain ski resort in northwest Turkey.
We have boots that you laced up.
US Air Force Lieutenant Colonel Mike Kuyard is taking a few hours off to go skiing with his two sons.
I hope we have a lot of snowball fights.
Mark is 12 years old.
Don't hit me in the head.
Matthew is 10. The family is based in Turkey, where Mike is part of Operation Provide Comfort. After the first Gulf War, the American Air Force flew thousands of missions to protect the Kurds of northern Iraq. While Mike takes the boys skiing, his wife Mary stays at home with daughter Marisa.
A lot of people we know are going, but it's mostly dads and their sons. And I'll stay back and I'll keep Marisa.
Got too old myself tonight.
Mike and Matthew can hang out, and Mark can be with his friends, and it'll be a great Father-Son day.
What's the time?
For Mike, today's a rare break from duty and an opportunity for a boys' day out. He and the boys are traveling from their home in the Turkish capital, Ankara, up to the remote mountain resort of Kartal Kaya.
By American standards, Kartal Kaya is not a real big mountain. It's about 6,000 feet. We'd been there once, and we hadn't really totally explored the mountain, but it was, certainly a good place for us to go with the family. I thought, well, what a great time for my sons and I to get some bonding time.
Get out of it.
Matthew's got a quiet strength and heart of gold. He just cares about people. Mark's always been a very curious one, very adventurous.
After lunch, Mike and Matthew head back up the mountain, while Mark stays behind to ski with his friends.
Matthew and I were together, and Mark and his friends gonna go on their own for a while.
He said that him and Matt were gonna ski together, and that was the last time I saw him that day.
tired?
Are you?
We were pretty tired from skiing all day, and the resort was about to close, so we decided to go on one last run and take 3 different lifts all the way up to the top of the mountain.
We've been skiing in Colorado where you have a nice sunny day and then you see these wispy clouds rolling around the top of the mountain, and that's kind of what it was starting to look like.
The weather at the top was much worse than at the bottom.
The mountain of Cartel Kaya is rarely welcoming. And by the time Mike and Matthew reach the top of the lift, a solid bank of fog has rolled in from the Black Sea. Locals call it the Mister. It produces a whiteout, and the ski slope back down to the resort is no longer visible.
There's 2 different paths you could take, the left or the right.
It just was getting harder and harder to keep sight of the trail.
Snow just kept getting thicker and thicker. We started to realize that no one skied down this hill in quite some time.
We've lost the lift.
I think it's over there.
We'll have to sidestep up the slope.
Realizing that they've skied down the wrong way, Mike and Matthew start climbing back up the hill.
I kept thinking that we would get to the top of the hill, we'd look down and see the resort, the hotel, the wide open expanse, and we just found another hill up in front of us.
Dad, we're so lost.
Instead of going back up the way they came down, Mike has led his son round to the far side of the mountain. They're heading away from the ski resort into an icy wilderness.
Probably by now it's between 3:30 and 4, and it's already starting to look like the sun's going down and it's getting on towards twilight.
Dad, you okay?
It's okay. I'm good.
Down at the ski resort, the bus home is about to leave. Mark hasn't seen his dad and brother since lunchtime.
When I got to the bus, my brother and dad weren't there. So I figure, you know, the bus will have to wait a minute, but they'll show up, and they didn't.
We've gone miles by now. I just knew we couldn't go on. Matthew was just totally exhausted, cold and soaking wet. We were in a complete whiteout and the temperature was dropping by the minute. I just couldn't believe the situation I'd gotten myself into. I mean, it was like one moment we were having a nice time skiing in the sun, and then the next we were facing this terrible situation. We're already looking at darkness, and we're still not anywhere close to being able to connect with this bus.
Close to exhaustion, Mike and Matthew struggle on through heavy snow for 7 hours. As the temperature on the mountain drops, hypothermia and frostbite become a real danger.
As the bus drove away, it was pretty much that moment when I knew that something was really wrong. And I didn't know if I would see them ever again.
The darkness on the mountain closes in as the blizzard rages on. Mike has no idea which way to go or whether to keep Matthew moving.
We can't keep doing this. He's just done, and I can't carry him. I make this decision anyway. Let's stop.
Hello? Hello, Mary. It's Wanda.
At the ski resort, Mike's colleague, Major Wanda Villiers, is looking after Mark.
Look, Mary, there's a bit of a problem.
My friend Wanda was on the phone, and she said that Mike and Matthew had not come down off the mountain.
Well, where are they? We just don't know.
I'd had a lot of survival training. You know, I knew how to make a shelter. So I decided to go up the slope a bit and see if I can find a good tree to spend the night underneath. Just took my ski and wove it in between the branches, put our ski poles in there and branches off the surrounding trees and just wove those in, and it made kind of like a little roof. The lion's share of your body temperature can be soaked up by just laying on cold ground, so it's very important to get a layer of pine boughs underneath us. What comes from the back of my mind, like a ton of bricks, is the full weight of the situation. Hey, we're gonna be out here.
Despite the conditions, a search and rescue team is sent onto the mountain.
As I was looking out the window, kind of hoping I would see them coming down the mountain, I could hear the loudspeakers playing Turkish pop music on all the ski runs, hoping that my dad and brother would hear it and find the hotel.
By now it's late into the night, and I'm just thinking, how is Marion gonna take this news that we haven't come back? As we're settling in, I'm formulating a plan. What am I gonna do tomorrow? Because tomorrow's got to go on, and we've got to get ourselves out of this mess.
Mike and Matthew have passed a night on the mountain in a howling blizzard and freezing temperatures. Mike had decided they should stay put. As dawn breaks, their survival depends on being found soon.
I've sort of kept it from Marisa that they didn't come down off the mountain.
Where's Dad?
Come and sit down here. But I know it's morning now and the phone hasn't rung in the middle of the night. So I have to tell her.
With daylight, special forces from Mike's airbase swing into action. This time their job is not to protect the Kurds, but to look for one of their own. Turkish troops with their local knowledge join the operation. Mike's commanding officer is leading it.
Hello?
Mary, it's Ed Fitzgerald here. I just wanted to update you on the situation.
Mike's colonel lets me know that the search has already started, that people are actually looking for them. He's going to coordinate the search from the lodge there at the ski resort.
The search makes national news, but it's focusing on the area surrounding the ski slopes. Mike and Matthew are in fact miles away. After an uncomfortable night, Matthew awakes cold, wet, and still exhausted.
We woke up kind of groggy that morning. I think because we had slept off and on the whole night. In the daylight, I was able to see there was like an opening in the rock.
Mike's survival training kicks in. When lost, find shelter and stay where you are.
It's a cave. We've been sitting on top of it all night. Come on, son.
They can stay in the cave and wait to be rescued.
Dad, can I have another one?
I should save it for later. Here, get this off. Wow, that's wet, huh? All right. Take mine.
can't ski today.
That's okay. Because we're staying here tonight. First rule of survival: give people a chance to find us.
Yeah?
They'll be looking for us right now.
How will they find us?
The snow will stop soon. They'll find us.
I knew there were certain things that I could do to enhance our chances of being seen. Just took my skis and planted them as a big X, the international distress signal for skiers. I just hoped that there would be people come up and see those, and if they saw the skis, then they would be able to find us.
Mike and Matthew have been in freezing temperatures for 24 hours. The cave offers protection from the blizzard outside, but little else.
It was at that point I realized I was already getting that first warning sign of frostbite, which is this little white callus buildup on your hands, kind of a waxy look.
Let's get this off.
These boots were not doing a good job of keeping our feet warm.
Let's get a wet sock off.
Having looked at my own hands and seen the condition I was in, I decided, maybe I'd investigate Matthew's feet.
Dad, I can't feel my toes.
He was starting to experience some of the first stages of frostbite there on his feet, too.
Wiggle your toes. Get the circulation going. That's it. I'm not gonna put your boots back on. Here, give me your scarf.
Inside the cave, it was cold enough for water to freeze. The temperature dropped below freezing.
Let's get this one off.
Here we are in this tiny cave, this little crack in the mountain, in a raging blizzard, and we're both in the early stages of frostbite. If we didn't get help, we were just going to die on this mountain.
The ground search is cooled off as night falls. It can't begin again until morning.
Thanks a lot. All right, bye.
I'm getting phone calls. Well, it started out once a day, but that just wasn't enough.
No news yet, honey.
There's just too many hours where we didn't know what was going on, and so you get your hopes tweaked every once in a while, and it just seems like all the little hopes just keep getting put out.
One of our immediate needs was just keeping ourselves hydrated. The bottom line was that you really shouldn't be eating snow.
Better stop. Don't eat anymore.
You gradually lower your body temperature to the point where you get hyperthermic, and you're making your situation worse by just trying to keep yourselves alive.
What was that?
Just a small animal, nothing to worry about. Remember when we were in the Mediterranean? All that Italian food? And you and Mark, you just wanted to eat burgers.
Yeah. Dad, I thought they would have come for us by now.
Yeah. I'm sure they'll find us tomorrow.
Yeah. That was real fun.
It was nice to just focus a little bit on those little stories of the day and get our mind off this terrible situation that we're in.
As dawn breaks on the mountain, the storm clears.
Thanks. I will.
See you, Mark.
Snowplows have opened the way to the resort, and Mark is able to get home.
I'm keeping sane because I'm thinking Mike would never leave Matthew. I'm thinking he's had survival training.
real hungry.
I'm realizing they probably don't have food, but maybe some of the snacks they took, they just had stuffed in their pockets.
It's our last one. Do you hear that?
What?
Helicopter.
Come on, Dad. Please go. I can see us.
All of a sudden, a shot of adrenaline took over, and all action again. Scrambled outside, and to my amazement, this helicopter just literally seemed like it was flying out of the mist. But as suddenly as this helicopter appeared out of the mist, it was gone. And it was almost a hopeless case. I just was too far down into this little valley to be seen. The good news was I knew they were looking, and I knew they would be back.
The helicopters called in for the search were actually part of Operation Provide Comfort. Pretty sophisticated helicopters, and I was just so excited that they were able to get something besides people on the ground looking for them.
Quick, Matt, we might come back.
Dad, I can't get my boot on. It won't fit.
I'll help you. Don't cry.
I'm sorry, Dad.
It was one of ours.
It was a Black Hawk.
No doubt. And next time, I'll make sure they see us.
To see this Black Hawk was a solid sign that they were putting everything into the search. I knew that would be a challenge if they ever came back, that I'd have to figure out a better way to be spotted.
How's your feet?
I can't feel them.